There's an argument in the church that theology and counseling, in terms of the clinical side of it, that they
Right.
shouldn't mix, that the Bible is all we need to take care of all our problems, mental, psychological, emotional.
Right.
But if you've got people within your ministry with that are sitting under you, that you're caring for, a flock, how do you consciously integrate or separate spiritual interventions? How do you decide when they need to go to the hospital, or how do you decide when you need to come out in the name of Jesus?
Well, I don't think you need to deny anybody or discourage anybody from going to a hospital. Everybody's at different levels of faith, and certainly if you have an infectious disease or typhoid, or I had shingles once, that's going to the hospital and getting antibiotics saved my life, or at least alleviate some pain. So I don't think necessarily you need to always integrate or differentiate or divide. I think the two, because even Oral Roberts, who started Oral Roberts University, he was a former healing evangelist. He would pray for the sick, but yet he has I believe, a medical school at his university. So he himself didn't necessarily tell people don't take medication.
I see.
So I don't think there's necessarily in the Bible God would say don't take medication. But if your faith is at that level, by all means, if that's your decision, give people the volition and freedom to make those decisions, so you don't legally compromise yourself or get into a precarious situation where you're being told that, oh, you told this person not to go see a doctor and now you're going to have a lawsuit on your hands. But from a theological perspective, and also from a health perspective, as I teach health and have a master's degree in health and another one in global food law, where I've studied the FDA and USDA, and I see the levels and layers of corruption therein, and the profit-driven motive as medications and healthcare in the United States is oftentimes more expensive than other nations, which kind of reveals its true motive. I would choose to pursue health, nutrition, herbs, prayer, spiritual guidance prior to pursuing medication. But other people might be quick to go to see a doctor and go on the meds. That's not necessarily wrong, but at the same time, the more they can be educated, the more they can be transformed, if they're open to that. Some people are not open to that. Some people love their doctors, their insurance plans. So you kind of have to discern the level of openness for every person, because some people are going to resist that regardless of what you say or how much knowledge you have, and they'll run and go get their chemo and radiation and probably die from that before the cancer. But if they don't listen, you can't force your will upon another human being.